Welcome to a countdown that's going to hit you right in the heart. Because today, we're diving deep into the zodiac signs that love the hardest, but leave the fastest. These are the signs who will give you butterflies, shake your soul, and then vanish like a dream or a nightmare, depending on how things end. You ever been with someone who made you feel like the only person in the world, then ghosted you without warning? Or maybe you're that person, intense, romantic, maybe even obsessive, but when the magic fades, you're out. No warning. No drama. Just gone. This list is for the signs who don't just love, they consume. They pour their entire being into a relationship, and when it no longer feels right, they don't just walk away, they evaporate. And you'll be left wondering if you ever really knew them at all. So here's the big question. Who is the number one zodiac sign that loves like a poet but disappears like smoke? Think you already know? Stick around till the very end because number one might just shock you. And hey, be honest, do you think your sign made the list? Comment below who you think takes the number one spot. And if you're brave enough, tell us if you've ever been on the receiving end of that kind of love. Or maybe you're the one doing the leaving. Drop it in the comments if you're ready to feel seen or called out. Because this countdown starts now. Number 5, Taurus, the tender powerhouse. Let's kick off this list with a sign you might not expect to see here. But once you understand how they love, you'll know exactly why Taurus earns the number 5 spot. Taurus, ruled by Venus, is the ultimate sensualist. They don't just fall in love, they sink into it. Every glance, every touch, every whispered promise means something to them. When a Taurus chooses you, they're all in. No half measures, no games, just raw, real devotion. They're the kind of lover who'll remember your coffee order, the way your voice changes when you're nervous, or how you like your back rubbed when you can't sleep. Their love is physical, emotional, and consistent. Think warm meals, cozy nights, long hugs, and slow, smoldering kisses. They make love feel safe, grounded, eternal. But here's the twist. That grounded energy, it's also what makes them ruthless when they're done. Because while Taurus might seem patient and loyal, and they are, once you really test their limits, once their trust is broken or their comfort disrupted, it's over. And when they leave, it's not loud, it's not dramatic, it's final. You'll feel it in your bones. One day they're making you dinner and massaging your shoulders. The next, the bed is cold. The silence is deafening, and their energy? Gone, deleted. You don't even get a second chance, because in their mind, they already gave you a dozen. See, Taurus isn't impulsive. They leave after careful consideration. And that is what makes it hit even harder. They loved you with a kind of quiet intensity. But once it stops feeling good, once it's not nourishing anymore, they pull the plug. And they won't look back. It's like watching a beautiful garden suddenly stop blooming. You don't even notice it's dying until the petals are all on the floor. And let's be real. Have you ever had a Taurus leave your life without a word? Or maybe you're the Taurus who gave your all until you had nothing left to give. Drop it in the comments if you've ever been on the wrong side of a Taurus goodbye. And if you're a Taurus, tell us, was it true love or just time to go? But hold up, if you think Taurus is intense with love and silence, wait until you see what sign comes in at number 4. They'll have you addicted and then disappear before sunrise. Ready to feel that sting? Number 4 is Libra, the charmer with a cut-off switch. Now, I know what you're thinking. Libra, really? Aren't they all about balance, beauty, and harmony? Yes. And that's exactly what makes them so dangerously unforgettable. Libra is ruled by Venus, just like Taurus. But where Taurus loves an earthy, slow-burning ways, Libra floats into your life like a song you can't get out of your head. They know how to make you feel chosen, desired. Like you're the most fascinating person in the room, even if you're in a crowd of hundreds. Their love language? Attention, affection, aesthetic seduction. From candlelit dates to long, late-night conversations about life, art, dreams, and what makes your soul tick, Libras get you. They don't just fall in love. They create it, paint it, design it. Being with a Libra can feel like starring in your own romantic film. But here's the twist. Libra may crave connection, but the moment it gets messy, and let's be honest, real love always gets messy. They have a silent escape plan. They might not even realize they're building it. But they are. You see, Libras are romantics, but also realists in disguise. And when love starts tilting out of balance, when it stops feeling pretty emotionally or energetically, something inside them clicks off. You won't see it coming. They'll still smile, still kiss you goodnight until they don't. And when a Libra leaves, they don't always slam the door. Sometimes they vanish softly. Elegantly. No tears. No fights. Just a slow fade into silence. And that's what makes it so brutal. You'll spend weeks trying to figure out what went wrong, why they stopped texting back, why the conversations feel shallow now. You'll replay every moment, searching for a sign, but Libras rarely show their full hand. They'll keep things nice, even as they're quietly stepping away. Because for Libra, peace is everything. If loving you becomes a battle they have to constantly fight, they'll choose peace, even if it breaks your heart. But here's the real kicker. A Libra won't just leave, they'll leave you remembering everything they gave. The laughter, the tenderness, the playlists, the way they made you feel seen. And nothing else will compare for a long, long time. So ask yourself, have you ever fallen for someone who made you feel like poetry, only to ghost you like a passing breeze? Or maybe you're the Libra who loved deeply, but knew when it was time to glide away. Drop A in the comments if you've ever felt the sting of a Libra disappearing act. Or if you're one, let us know. When you leave, is it a decision, or just something that happens naturally? Think Libra's got a graceful exit strategy? Just wait until you meet number 3. This next sign, they don't just love you, they possess you. And when they leave, it's like losing a piece of your soul. Ready for that emotional deep dive? Number 3 is Scorpio, the obsession that fades to black. You felt it coming, didn't you? Because, of course, Scorpio had to be on this list. And if you've ever loved or been loved by a Scorpio, you already know why. Scorpios don't fall in love. They plunge into it deep. Consuming. Irrevocable. When they connect with someone, it's not casual. It's not light. It's magnetic. It's transformative. It's dangerous. Because what they offer isn't just affection, it's full-on emotional possession. When a Scorpio chooses you, they choose you fully. Mind, body, soul. They want to learn your fears, your scars, your secrets. They want to crawl into your psyche and live there. And for a while, it feels like the most powerful love you've ever known. Imagine late-night talks that leave you exposed in the best way. Kisses that feel like confessions. Eye contact that cuts through every mask you've ever worn. That's a Scorpio in love. But here's where it gets dark. Scorpio is a fixed water sign. They feel everything, but they also know how to protect their heart at all costs. So once the bond is broken, once trust is betrayed, or they sense a lie, or they simply feel that the emotional current isn't flowing anymore, they don't just walk away. They disappear into shadow. And they won't tell you why. They won't ask for closure. They won't even leave you a hint. One moment they're your emotional anchor, the next is silence, the kind that echoes. The kind that drives you mad. Because here's the truth, Scorpio loves hard, but they also detach. Heart. See, the same intensity that makes them cling with passion also allows them to burn the entire connection down without flinching. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, the planet of death, rebirth, and transformation. So when they leave, it's like your love never existed. They delete you from their soul like you were a past life they've already outgrown. And here's what no one talks about, it hurts. Because they meant it. Every word, every look, every moment. And when they cut you off, it feels like you're grieving someone who's still alive. Like a ghost who doesn't even haunt you. They just never come back. Have you ever felt that? Like someone knew you on a soul level, and then vanished like you never mattered. That's a Scorpio farewell. And if you're the Scorpio, then you know the battle, giving your whole heart to someone who doesn't always know how deep you run. And when it finally breaks, you don't just leave. You resurrect alone. So tell me in the comments, have you ever had a love that was so intense, so all-consuming, that when it ended, nothing else felt real afterward? Drop a if a Scorpio ever pulled you under, and then swam away without a trace. Or if you are the Scorpio, was your exit cold or necessary? And just when you thought it couldn't get more emotional, just wait. Because number 2 is the most dreamy, romantic, enchanting kind of lover, the one who makes you feel like a fairy tale. Until the spell breaks. Number 2 is Pisces, the dream that drowns you. If you've ever fallen for a Pisces, you already know they don't just love, they enchant. This is the sign of daydreamers, soul-deep romantics, and hopeless hearts who crave a connection that transcends space and time. Pisces doesn't just want love. They want a spiritual merging. They want you to read their heart without words, to understand their silence, to share a look across a crowded room and feel like you're the only two people on the planet. Their love is fluid, poetic, oceanic. Think long, meandering phone calls at 2 a.m. Secret glances that feel like promises. An emotional connection that seems to touch parts of you no one else has ever seen. With Pisces, love is everything. A full-body, soul-wrapping experience. They'll write you poems, send you songs that remind them of you, cry at your pain, celebrate your joy. They'll morph into whatever you need, a lover, a best friend, a healer, a muse. But here's the catch. Pisces feels so much that it becomes overwhelming. Not just for their partner, but for them. Their empathy is bottomless, and while that sounds romantic, it also makes them incredibly vulnerable to emotional burnout. And when reality, that cold, hard thing we all have to live in, starts to crash into the fairy tale, Pisces begins to drift. Not necessarily because they want to, but because they have to. When love starts to feel heavy instead of magical, they quietly escape into fantasy, into solitude, into someone or something else that feels easier to carry. And when they leave, oh, it's soft. So soft you almost don't notice at first. It's not a breakup, it's a vanishing act. The texts become slower. The I love you's less frequent. They stop finishing their stories. They look away more often than they look at you. And then, one day, they're just gone. Emotionally. Energetically. Maybe even physically. And what hurts most? You'll never quite know why. Pisces will never rage. Never accuse. They'll just swim away. And you're left wondering if it was all a dream, or if maybe you were. Because Pisces doesn't leave like a storm. They leave like fog. Quiet. Beautiful. Impossible to hold onto. But here's the deepest pain, they meant it. Every kiss, every tear, every shared secret. They just couldn't hold it anymore. And when they vanish, it's not to punish you, it's to protect what's left of their own fragile spirit. Have you ever loved someone who seemed too good to be real? Who wrapped you in a fantasy and then disappeared before you even realized you were awake? Drop A in the comments if a Pisces has ever slipped through your fingers. Or if you're a Pisces, be honest. Do you love like a dream but leave when it gets too real? Now, you might be thinking, if Pisces made it to number 2, who could possibly be number 1? Oh, just wait. The number 1 zodiac sign that loves harder and leaves faster than anyone else. They're intense. They're electric. They're unforgettable. And when they go, you feel it in every part of you. Number 1 is Gemini, the lightning you'll never catch twice. Surprised? You're not alone. Gemini often gets dismissed as flighty, flirtatious, even superficial. But that's just what you think you know about them. Because behind that playful grin and sparkling conversation, there's a mind, a heart, and a soul that loves and bursts, fast, fierce, and unforgettable. When a Gemini falls in love, they fall with their whole curious, chaotic, beautiful being. They want to know you. All of you. What you think about when you're alone? What makes you laugh until you snored? The weird stuff. The hidden layers. The contradictions. Being loved by a Gemini feels like waking up every day to a new version of magic. They're full of ideas, of energy, of momentum. You're not just their partner. You're their playground, their muse, their co-conspirator in a love story that unfolds at lightning speed. They'll text you at 2 a.m. just to say they miss you. They'll send memes, quotes, random thoughts, and deep questions about the universe all in one afternoon. They'll keep you guessing, spinning, laughing, falling. But here's the heartbreak. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the planet of thought, change, communication, motion. They thrive on movement, evolution, mental stimulation, and when the emotional air gets too heavy. When love turns to predictable or confining, they can't breathe, so they leave. Not always. Physically, not immediately, but emotionally, they start pulling away the moment the connection stops feeling alive. And unlike Scorpio's deep withdrawal or Pisces' gentle fade, Gemini's exit is often so subtle, so confusing, it leaves your head spinning. One day, they're obsessed with you, making future plans, whispering inside jokes. The next? They're busy, distant, gone. You'll replay it 1,000 times. Was it something you said? Something you didn't say? Did they ever love you at all? Here's the truth. Yes, they did. But Geminis don't just fall in love with people. They fall in love with possibility, with momentum, with discovery. And when the adventure ends, they mourn it and move on. And it's not because they're cold. It's because their heart moves fast. Faster than most can keep up with. Being loved by a Gemini is like being caught in a summer storm. Wild. Electrifying. Impossible to forget. But also impossible to predict. One moment you're laughing together in the sun, the next you're soaked and wondering where the sky went. If you're lucky, they'll leave a trace, a playlist, a poem, a voice note, something to remember the brilliance you shared. But don't expect a clean goodbye. They don't linger. They scatter. And they'll always carry a piece of you, even if you never hear from them again. So, let me ask you, have you ever loved someone who made you feel alive in ways no one else could, only to watch them disappear without explanation? Drop A in the comments if a Gemini ever lit you up and left you wondering what just happened. Or if you're the Gemini, tell us the truth. Do you love hard and leave even harder? Because here's the thing, love from a Gemini might not last forever. But it will stay with you forever. And that's why they're number 1. Honorable mentions almost made the cut, but still dangerous in love. Not every sign could make the top 5, but that doesn't mean the rest of the Zodiac is off the hook. Some of these honorable mentions are just as passionate, just as unforgettable, and sometimes just as fast to walk away. Aries. The fire starter Aries burns bright and fast. They love with intensity, spontaneity, and a sense of adventure that's hard to resist. But the moment the spark fades or things slow down, they're already halfway out the door. It's not personal, it's instinct. Aries lives in motion, and love has to keep up or get left behind. Sagittarius. The freedom-addict Sagittarius will sweep you off your feet with their wild heart and contagious energy. But cling too tight, and they'll vanish without looking back. They need room to roam, even in love, and if they feel caged. They'll choose freedom over forever. Aquarius. The emotional escape artist. With Aquarius, love often feels like a fascinating puzzle until it doesn't. They're deeply loyal in their own way, but if emotions start to feel too heavy or expectations get too traditional, Aquarius pulls away into their own mental universe. They don't mean to ghost, it just happens. Did your sign land here? Or maybe you've loved someone who did. Drop A in the comments if you've ever had one of these lovers sweep you up and then disappear before you could say, "What just happened?" And there you have it, the zodiac signs that love with everything they've got and then disappear without warning. Some leave like a storm. Some leave like fog. But one thing's for sure, once you've been loved by them, you'll never forget it. So, did your sign make the list? Did your ex's? Do you agree with the countdown? Or would you switch the order up? Comment below and let me know which zodiac sign you think should have taken that #1 spot. Don't be shy, I want the tea. And if this list hit a little too close to home, don't worry, you're not alone. We've all been loved and left. The real question is, what did it teach you? If you enjoyed this emotional deep dive, don't miss our next video on the most addictive zodiac lovers, because sometimes the ones you can't quit are the ones who should have never started. Hit that like button, share this with someone who needs to see it, and don't forget to subscribe for more soul-shaking zodiac content. Until next time, love hard, but protect your heart.